Hey, Steven here. Today we'll be talking about what is in this black box. More importantly, we'll be talking about what's inside this black box, which was actually a flute. Okay? First thing we're going to do is talk about the different parts of the flute. Alright, so we have the head joint, which is this guy right here, the body, which is the big one, and the foot, which is this little guy. Okay? So just to clarify, got the head joint, the body, and the foot. Okay? First thing we're going to do is take the head joint. We're going to grab it from below the lip plate. The reason we take it from below the lip plate is because if we grab from up here, there's a possibility that we can break the lip plate, we can break this crown. Either of those is bad news. Don't want that. Okay? Next we take the body, and we'll grab it from above the keys. Okay? The reason we do that is because if we grab it from the keys, we could possibly bend those, we could bend the rods, something could go wrong. We don't want that to happen. Alright? So we'll just take it from above the keys and above the rods with our right hand, and then below the lip plate with our left hand. Okay? And then just push them together. You'll want to push it in all the way, alright, and then pull it out a little bit, because if you do, you'll be hideously sharp, and that's a whole nother lesson in itself. That's for another time. Let's worry about that later. But now we also want to make sure that the edge of the lip plate is lined up with these two keys. You can see it, not very well, but that's kind of a rule of thumb. Alright, now take your foot, put it on the body, put it on, twist it on there, make sure it's all the way on, and then make sure that this rod here that's on the foot joint will pretty much, if there was a big line that went from the rod all the way across the flute, you want it to pretty much just cut these circles in half, these keys. Okay? And that is the proper alignment of it. Then taking it apart, just twist the foot off, put it in the case, and then take the flute pretty much the same way you put it together. Right hand above the keys, left hand below the lip plate, and separate it. And put them back in the case. Next thing we're going to do, most cases will include a tuning rod. The reason this is called the tuning rod is because if you put it into the head joint, you would be able to see this little notch on the very end of it. It would be directly in the center of the lip plate. And mine lines up perfectly. Alright, take the tuning rod, and you should have a cloth with you. I have this little guy. It's really small, you should really have a bigger one, but this is all I've got on me right now, so that's what I'm going to use. Put it in this notch, or this, it looks like a thread, a needle, on the other end of the tuning rod. And then just swab out your head joint, and that's why it's called a swab, pretty much. Usually if you have a cloth in your tuning rod, it's called a swab. And it cleans out the head joint. Certain things like that are important in flute care. You don't want certain things, like you don't want your head joint to get full of just a bunch of nasty, dried up spit or other things that could end up in there. Keeping your equipment clean is a very important part. Alright? So just to review, head joint, body, foot. Right hand, left hand, put them together. Above the keys, below the lip plate. Just remember those things. Very important. Alright? Flute care. That is key. We don't want our instruments falling apart on us or getting all messed up. Alright? Good? Good deal. Thanks.